Okay, so I'm on the Game God podcast. I just pulled up with $1 million in business credit. But look, anybody can do this. So if you're looking to do the same thing, fix your credit, build your credit, and get funded, join my online school. I'm gonna teach you how to do everything step by step. It's so easy. Let's get it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Game Gods podcast. And I'm here. We got a special guest today, and he's going to be teaching you a lot about the credit game. Guys, credit is so important, and I got my boy Anthony here, and he's going to be telling us a little bit about it. You already know we got
Game God, go to the one and only.
All right, man, let's get straight into it. Let's not waste any time because this is invaluable game, right? Credit can change your life. Me personally, I struggled with credit for a long time. I had 3 repos before the age of 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I saw myself have a credit score of 448 at one point in my life.
Crazy.
Yeah. So where are you from? Like, let's get into that. Where are you from? How'd you get started?
Okay, yeah. So first of all, I want to say thank you for having me on the podcast. You know, I'm a big fan of the podcast, and you know, I basically just So I'm just a Mexican kid from San Bernardino. You know, people think I'm Middle Eastern, but no, I'm actually Mexican. And I'm just like a normal guy that just figured out how to leverage the banking system to my advantage, right? So like a lot of people, like, they're the bitch to the bank. You know, I make the banks my bitch.
I like that.
You get me? So like anybody can do this stuff, but so my background when I was younger, I actually like used to play a lot of poker, right? So like in my early 20s.
You were good?
Yeah, so I used to play, I used to play like 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 10. These are like the stakes, right, in the poker scene.
I was gonna say, I don't know what none of that shit means.
Yeah, so basically I was like young as hell, you know, crushing these underground poker games.
Yeah.
And then eventually I basically got brought up into like this private house game or whatever it was. But it basically just opened my eyes to like a whole new like underground world when it comes to like the gambling scene. So eventually I started hosting my own poker private game in Los Angeles, and it just like blew up. It became like this crazy big thing. Like I would have celebrities pull up.
Damn, so
like
that type of shit we see in the news on TV, those underground games with the celebrities and the athletes.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you know,
Were you making money doing this? How much were you making a month when you were doing this?
Yeah, so hosting the actual games, I was making anywhere from like 15 to 20K a month. But mind you, I was like 23, 24 years old. You know, like I just had a love for poker, you know, for No Limit Hold'em. And then like, you know, we would have girls there. We would have the celebrities. We have a lot of money like on the table. But eventually like that life got caught up to me, you know, because so like at these games, like we would always have like the girls. We would have a lot of drugs.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of drinking.
Lifestyle. Yeah.
That's insane. Girls. What were the girls there for?
You know, they're just there to like serve drinks, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, so you know, I actually like I was doing like a lot of drugs. Like I was doing like a lot of like cocaine.
Yeah.
You know, at these games, like every day I would stay up late as hell.
Every day doing blow?
Every day, like gambling like thousands of dollars. You know, like some real like crazy shit.
How much did you say you're making a month again?
Like 15, 20K. Like
okay. That's pretty good. How old are you at this point?
Like 23, 24.
So you're tripping. You're feeling good. You're 23. You're doing blow every day, smashing hookers.
No, they weren't hookers.
Oh, you're smashing hookers? Okay.
No, but yeah, I mean, it was cool while it lasted. But then, you know, eventually, like, I went broke. Because, like, I gambled all my money away. Shit was crazy. Like, I mean, anyways, I went completely broke. I had no money. All my bank accounts were negative. I had fucking bad credit. I had like 12 collections on my credit. And then eventually I just like figured out how to fix credit on my own, you know? So I learned how to fix my own credit.
How'd you do that? How'd you learn? Was it just YouTube?
Yeah.
Did you find a mentor?
Yeah. So one of my mentors, his name is Michael Benjamin. He's like a consumer law expert.
Yeah.
So like I learned consumer laws from him. So basically like, you know, we all have consumer rights. So for example, if so we all have the right to privacy. So if your information is out there in the public, you as a consumer, you have the right to remove any information that's out in the public, right? So like, why is Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax like letting the world know that you have 3 repossessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like, why are they letting the world know that you owe child support?
Yeah.
You know, like, this is your right to privacy, and that's
Right.
why these consumer laws. That's where these consumer laws come in, and you can leverage these consumer laws to basically remove anything that's out in the public.
That's the game right there.
Yeah.
That is
Hey,
the game.
listen, I hope you heard what he said. He said he had a mentor. So your mentor showed you and walked you down the path of learning how to clean credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he taught me the consumer laws. Like, I still had to figure out how to like put those into play.
Yeah.
And like leverage like the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and basically I started like fixing my own credit. Within 6 months, I got like my first 50,000 in credit.
Damn,
And then-
6 months?
From going broke
50K.
and having being negative.
Exactly, and being
Wow.
negative accounts and all that stuff. And then I started helping other people like fix their credit,
Yeah.
like for free. So I was doing it for free. Like, I would literally beg people to fix their credit. Like, please, bro, like, let me fix your credit.
That's
Why
a
were you
grind.
doing it for free? Just to get some testimonies?
Yeah, because I was just starting off, and I wasn't really too sure how what I was doing at first. But then eventually, like, everyone started getting results. They
You're
got
like, damn, I'm on to something.
yeah, exactly. And then eventually, I started getting paid for it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I started promoting it on Instagram, and it just blew the fuck up.
Yeah,
Like, it
because
blew
everybody need their credit clean.
Yeah.
And even when they fix their credit, they mess their credit up again. So tell these people at gym right now, right? Say somebody got some credit card debt. They got credit cards. They got high limits. They can't pay them down because they don't got the money. They got a $30,000 credit card. They ran it up to $30,000. They just, it's no way they could pay that down. What should they do?
So in that situation, you just want to let it get charged off.
Yeah.
So whenever a credit card gets charged off, it'll get sent to collections.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is that the bank will then take it as a loss, you know, on their taxes. So they'll actually write off that 30K
Yeah.
at the end of the year. So like, I'm not saying you don't have to pay it, but you know, just let it go to collections, and then you can dispute it off your credit report.
How long does that process take?
Every client is different, but it can take anywhere from like 3 to 6 months.
So would you recommend somebody paying off their credit card debt? Say they got like 100,000 in credit card debt. Would you recommend them paying it down, or would you recommend them just charging it off?
If you have the money, obviously pay it off. But a lot of these people, they spend above their means, and they
Yeah.
can't pay that shit off.
I know that's a lot of people who come through my program. They're in the same boat.
Yeah. So, I mean, at that point, like, if you can't pay it off, then you can't pay it off. You're gonna have to let it charge off, and then you're gonna have to remove it off your credit with the credit repair.
Yeah.
But the only thing is that you cannot bank with that same institution ever again.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but luckily for them, there's like so many banks out there. There's like a new bank popping up like every day.
Can they say they got a high limits on their credit cards? They can't pay it down. Is there a way they could get more credit so that their utility rate is still low instead of just charging it off? Like, get more credit cards, get higher limits, so that even though they're maxed out on that one, it still shows a low percentage using rate.
Yeah, so you can actually do that with authorized users.
Yeah.
So the authorized users is basically like somebody adding you to their credit card. So for example, let's say I have a 50K credit card.
Right.
And then I can add you as an authorized user.
Yeah.
That 50K limit will then report onto your credit.
Yeah.
And that'll like increase your overall credit limit, and it'll bring down your credit card usage.
Oh, and a lot of times that'll bring somebody's credit score up. And so if they're trying to do something for a period of time, they could get on an authorized user for the time period that they're trying to apply for something.
Exactly, yeah.
Is it true that banks don't really look at authorized users anymore like that?
So like back then, like they used to be like really good for your profile, but like
Yeah.
nowadays is really just to like lower usage,
Yeah.
and like add some type of history. But like they do look at them, but they really don't count them as much as like a primary account, like your primary credit card.
Yeah, not anymore, right?
So if somebody added a authorized user for like 100K and it lowered their usage, would they be then able to apply for other credit cards, or will they see, well, that's an authorized user, so I'm still not gonna approve them for credit?
You know, a lot of factors go in. So like for example, like if you have a good relationship with like your bank,
Yeah.
sometimes they'll overlook the high credit card usage.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they'll still give you another card, or it depends if you go through like a banker, like a personal banker.
Yeah.
He can get it approved as well. You know, so there's different options.
And you have all,
It's all
of those
about who you know.
contacts.
Yeah. So me, like I managed to build my connections with all these banks. Like I basically have a credit card from like every major bank at this point.
Wow.
And I know like
Can you show him? Show him. Look, he has $1 million in credit cards right here.
Can they see? Let me see.
Yeah, we'll zoom in on it.
Yeah.
But that's what $1 million looks like in plastic.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I know you talk about this too. Like, about credit card debt. Like that shit is not even real. Like it's really not real. Like all this shit is like fake. You know,
And
It's
that's
like-
the smart way to do it. These
Yeah.
people are out here working to save up $50,000 to invest in a business.
Yeah.
If they go bust, they have nothing. And you can just go get some credit cards, use it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you're not at zero.
No, exactly. That's why I don't get like people are still like waking up, going 9 to 5.
Yeah.
When like literally like the answer to like all their problems is
Yeah.
in your credit score.
Oh man, I
know?
love that. Like, wait, these people. I feel like these people living in the Stone Age. They have
Yeah.
not got with the times, but this information is out there. So tell these people, give them a step by step. If they come with you, their credit is messed up. What's the steps you're gonna take them through?
Yeah. So the first thing is we're going to put you through the credit repair software. We're going to remove all the negative items, and then we're going to add, the primary accounts and the authorized users, and then from there we can get you your set of personal credit cards. Once we add your personal credit cards and they age on your profile, then we can go for business credit, right? So in order to get to the business credit, you have to have a good personal profile.
Yeah.
Personal credit.
And what's considered good?
So you want to have a mix of accounts, right? You want to have like at least like 2 revolving accounts. You want to have
What would those look like? That's like a car,
yeah. So you want to have like
charge card.
yeah. You want to have like at least like 2 credit cards with like 3K limits. You want to have like 2 loans, like a Navy Federal pledge loan. You can do have like an auto loan on there. You want to at least have like 5 or 7 accounts on your credit before applying for like a business credit. But once you go into the business credit, that's when you really level the fuck up, And I managed to do that like in the past like 2 years. Like to be honest, bro, like 2 years. I have my house in Cali. I have my AMGs back at home.
How many cars do you have?
I have 2 right now. I have 2 AMGs. My crib in Cali. I live in the suburbs out there, but
So you're able to buy these cars. You're able to get a house.
yeah.
All your jewelry.
Man, listen, as soon as we get off of this, man, I got some people I'm gonna send your way that need to get on your program, get their credit clean for
Yeah.
real.
No, yeah. So I mean, bro, like credit is like it's really easy, bro. Like if I was able to do this shit, anybody can do this.
Let me ask you this: for the people who got student loans, what can they do with that?
So I actually used to have student loans. I was like
Yeah.
in $30,000 in debt.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like I just disputed them off my credit report.
What if they just keep putting them back? You just keep disputing them?
Yeah, so there is like a certain thing that is called like a reinsertion dispute method.
Yeah.
So whenever like a creditor reinserts the account,
Yeah.
you can use that like the reinsertion dispute method, and it will never come back.
So give them the game. So somebody who got 50,000 in student loans or more, I know some people like that. Should they keep paying it or should they just try to get it disputed?
I'll get that shit disputed. Fuck paying that shit. I'm
Fuck
good.
paying that
Hey,
shit.
hey, he giving you the real right now.
This is the real
Yeah.
game. That's what I did. I had 30,000. I had like 27,000.
Yeah.
I had 3 repos. I walked away from 2 apartments. Every time that I go to an apartment and I don't like living there, I just
dip.
know that I'm gonna get that shit taken off my credit, no problem.
Listen, tell me this. Like, so somebody comes to you right now. You want to tell them how much it costs to get with you or you want to keep that? To when
So it depends on your situation.
Okay.
Like, I mean, our lowest tier program, like normal credit repair, is like $1,000.
Yeah.
But it can go up to anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000. You
Yeah.
know, so like, for example, for like a $5,000 program, like we're gonna do everything for you, right? We're gonna do the credit repair, we're gonna do the funding, and then I'm gonna show you what to do with the funding, how to start your personal brand,
Yeah.
and how to get the watches, how to get the cars, how to market yourself on Instagram, how to build your systems, and how to like actually make money online.
Let's talk about that real quick because a lot of people, they doing the funding. These people get the money and they're always back in the same place. They trying to do the Airbnbs. They trying to do the trucking, all the buzzword things that everybody's doing. Not to say that it can't work, but I rarely see it work. And what you saying is, what I always say is invest in yourself. Become a personal brand because that will pay you forever.
No, facts. So like, for example, like my clients or my students, because I have a lot of mentees.
Yeah.
When we get them their first 50K 0% interest credit card,
Yeah.
the first thing I tell them to do is to go buy a Rolex. Like they don't understand that at first.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean buy a Rolex? Like, no, bro. Like I want to start a business. Like, no, bro. Like you are the business. You are the walking business.
Listen, I'm living proof. I spent
Yeah.
so much money on myself in the beginning of my getting online, and that's what made people talk. I'm always in design. I'm in the nice cars. I was literally on Mother's Day, went to a restaurant on the water, prime restaurant everybody goes to. No reservation. I pull up. They say we don't have no tables. As I'm driving off, one of the people, the host came and said, we got a table for you, because they saw my car. They wanted me to park in the front. So having nice things will give you access. And I mean, there's so many different business deals and people I've met walking on a plane in first class. Somebody sees my Patek. They say something to me. Now we're talking about something. People don't understand. It actually works.
No, that shit matters 100%. Like me, like I wasn't a flashy guy at first.
Yeah.
But then like, if you're going to do like online personal brand business, shit like that, even networking, like you have to get the jewelry, you have to get the expensive watches, the cars, the lifestyle. And there's a way to hack these things. So for example, like once they get like a 50K credit card, like you can just go buy like a Datejust, like a plain Jane, just start off. And like the cool thing about that is that it holds its value. Even like a bust down like this, let's say you get a bust down like this for like 14K or something, it's still worth like 13K when you go resell it back. So you buy it with the credit card, and then you use the watch for like a whole year, right? 0 interest. You don't have to pay it back for a whole year. And then once it's time to like pay back your credit card, you just liquidate the Rolex. You get your money back, and then you pay back the business credit card.
That's some real game right there.
Real game.
That's some real game.
Yeah.
So let's talk about personal branding. Man, personal branding has changed my life. I say it all the time. I could never go broke even if I wanted to. I've met so many people, made my presence known online. I can sell anything at any time. And it's all from personal branding.
No, and that's the thing too. Like a lot of people are like, they don't want to start their personal brand because they think they need like 1 million followers on Instagram, but you really don't. Like
everyone starts at 0.
Yeah, exactly. You can have like 5,000-10,000 followers on your Instagram and make like 10K a month.
Yeah,
Easy.
It's a book. It's called 1,000 True Fans. It shows how as long as you have 1,000 cult followers, you can make $1 million a year. And I've seen people with a lot less followers than me make more than me, and I've made way more than people who got 3-4 times as many. It's just depending on what your funnel is, your back end, how are you leveraging it. But personal branding is everything. If you start a business, you do that business, you build it up, it goes well. You want to start something different, you start from ground zero. I have a personal brand. Any business I start immediately has credibility, immediately has eyes, because I branded myself.
Yeah. And guys, if you guys want to learn how to do this, make sure you guys go click that link in our bio. We are hosting bi-weekly calls, and we're going to teach you guys everything about personal branding. We have one-on-one mentorship with me and Goldie and McQueen. So make sure you guys go hit that link on the bio if you guys want to learn about that.
So for $5,000, they come to you. You're going to fix their credit, get their credit score up, then get them the funding, and then show them with that money, instead of going and fucking it off on a business idea, to how to make a personal brand, the back end, the front end, to actually get paid from their personal brand.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get you the Rolex, and I'm gonna get you a zero down AMG, a brand new off the lot. Because like,
how do you do that with the 0 down? I'm curious. I want that shit for myself.
So like, after buying so many Mercedes cars, like in my life, I built a relationship with Mercedes Financial and like their finance manager.
Oh wow.
So what people don't know is that Mercedes Financial is actually a bank. Yeah. It's a bank. They sell cars, but it's also a bank.
It's also a bank.
So the same way I refer my clients to my bankers to get approved for 50K,
you do it for Mercedes.
I can do it for Mercedes. I can refer you and get a zero down like AMG off the lot. And
what's your credit score have to be?
To be honest, it could be like 680, 650.
Wow. That's a steal, because man, when you buy these cars, it's really just a waste of money, depreciating assets. So the fact that you can get 0 down, makes a whole lot of sense.
No, yeah. So there's also like the car hacking stuff, but I mean, like some of these people are not super advanced to like hack a car, like buy like a depreciated car to like not lose enough money. So like I just tell them to get like a 2-year lease on a brand new AMG, like that alone, like having the AMG and having like a Rolex, then you can just market yourself on Instagram. And you can sell the same services that got you to where you're at.
Right.
Exactly.
I say it all the time. Like, people don't want to put it on. They got this thing in their head about, well, I don't need to do that. But it's like this. If I'm going somewhere and I see 2 people and they're both saying the same thing, which one am I going to believe? This person over here who's not wearing anything might have more knowledge than this person over here, but it would take me too long to talk to these people to figure it out. You're going to go with the person who looks the part.
Every time.
Facts. You got to.
That's why I got the big, like, for example, that's why I got the big chain. Like
Man,
Louis,
I was
the
out with my
designer,
guy the
what-
other night, multi-millionaire, and he's looking at my chains and stuff, and he's looking at the attention the women are giving me, and I'm like, it's because I put it on. He's a multi-millionaire, and I'm like, go buy you a Richard Mille, because I don't want to convince this woman who I am. You're trying to talk her into who you are. She's gonna talk herself into it based on what I'm wearing. So I'm working smarter, not harder, so it just makes sense.
No, facts. And that's the thing, bro. Like with credit, you can get all that shit. Like you don't have to grind it out and stack all your bread and spend your 100K on just like all this. Like you
Man.
can just use the bank's money to level up your lifestyle. Like bro, like I got my penthouse like with credit, with business credit. I got the cars, like everything, bro. Like you just have to learn. You have to become a master of leverage. That's what really the credit game is. Like you become a master of leverage. And bro, there's people doing this shit at a higher level with like real estate, fucking yachts, like leveraging their yachts to buy this house, like all types of crazy shit.
And I'm gonna give these dudes some game. See, back in the day, man, I used to fix my women's credit. I didn't have the game that you got with the fund and everything like that, but we was able to get a little money. So if you out there with a household of some women, hey man, start fixing their credit. 50,000 from this girl, 50,000 from this girl, 50,000 from this girl. Now you can pull that money together and really do something.
Invest.
That's some real game I just gave you.
That's real
No,
game.
facts.
Every woman that I bring into my life, I make sure that I help fix their credit. It's invaluable.
Yeah, because look, a lot of time we always talk about, man, if a woman's next to me, she got to be producing and pouring back into me. A lot of times these women ain't got nothing to give. So guess what? You get her credit fixed, get her some funding. Now she actually has something to pour back into you. And this man could do it for you right here.
Yeah, no, facts, bro. Like the credit game is like so easy. Like people think it's like this fucking crazy shit, but no, it's really simple. Once from building your credit to building the relationships with the banks, like it's really easy, to be honest. It's not rocket science.
Where do you spend your money marketing? I always ask everybody, it's like how much you spend a month on marketing. I'm not talking about yourself. I'm just talking about like online ads and things like that.
To be honest, like I've been lucky to just be organic, you know?
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, I've been lucky to just be organic at this point, but like I'm definitely going to update all my shit because like when I met you out there at the Brickell, we actually linked up with Bonnie Face.
Oh, Bonnie Face. I was with him last night.
Oh yeah. So we just linked up with him and he just showed us like some crazy shit, like
so man, that good dude got a lot of game.
Yeah, so
Who's that?
I'll introduce you to him.
Yeah, so it's time to like actually take the brand to like the next level and be like a super big legit business. Like that's why I'm here at the Game God podcast. So
man, it's gonna do it, man. All of my followers, they need credit, they need help. Even when they come to me and they want to start something, I'm like, man, you need to have some money to start. You trying to start with no money, it's gonna be very unencouraging when you're trying to do something and it's not working. Whether if they had some money, they got some funding from you, they will be able to do something at the highest level. A lot of times people start businesses and it doesn't work because they don't have enough capital to do all the things the right way. So they're half-assing everything and they're wondering why it doesn't work.
No, and I always say that like business credit or credit in general is oxygen for your business. If you don't have that shit,
I love that.
Your shit's gonna fucking fail.
Man, I got some people in mind. As soon as we get off of this, I'm gonna send them your contact because they need to get with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, for example, like you, how much did your mentor charge you when you first got started?
Bro, I spent so much money on mentors, but my consumer law mentor, his shit was like $10,000.
That's what I'm saying, $10,000. And how did you get that $10,000? Did you put it on credit?
No, so I actually like I still had some bread at that point because I was like trying to change my life, so I had some bread already. And then to be honest, he cut me a deal. Yeah. I pay like half up front and then shit like that.
Man, listen, we talk about that. Everybody who comes on here who's on a high level has the same story. It's not one person that I know who's doing big things who hasn't had a mentor. I've spent hundreds of thousands on mentors in the streets when I was transitioning to business. And that's why I say I'm doing things faster than people who've been doing this for a long time because I've paid the mentors $10,000, $30,000 weekends to get that information to level up that much faster.
No, and that's the thing with like with the credit shit is like you can get into rooms like much faster than if you were like a nobody.
You got the money
because you have the money. You
got the money
from everything from like linking up with people, going on podcasts, fucking buying people's mentorships. But don't get me wrong, I've been scammed a bunch of times from like a bunch of mentors.
Hey, and me too. It's never gonna be a smooth sailing, but for all the ones that I spent money on that were bullshit, it only took one to change my life, so it was all worth it. And I would have never got to that one had I just stopped, or had I been like most people, I don't know, is it a scam? Man, you're never gonna know till you get in it.
And you still learn from that.
Yeah.
It's still a lesson.
yeah.
There's still a big lesson in
I
that.
was going to say that too. Like even the mentorships that I got scanned from, like I learned something. Like okay, he operates like this. That's how he does his like fucking systems and
Yeah.
like. Even though I didn't learn shit, I learned how he runs his shit.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
Yeah,
Listen,
still a big
hey, a lot
lesson
of
getting
times I
scammed.
say it all the time, man. The best way to learn game is to get it ran on you. A lot of times I got game ran on me, but it taught me something. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Nice. Guys, so make sure that you go sign up with his credit, and then you guys go spend that money with us and go get you a mentor.
So okay, you said it depends. So you said entry level for the lowest amount. What is somebody gonna pay to get started with you?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah, $1,000.
And how long do you work with them for that $1,000?
So until their credit is completely finished, because like, look, people are still talking about
Is your
credit.
credit ever completely finished, though?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So like a lot of people, still talk about credit repair. Like to be honest, like I'm beyond that stuff. I'm already like funding, leveraging personal brand, back-end systems, like sales. Like I'm already beyond the credit repair. Like you guys can just join my school. I'll teach you how to fix your credit, how to build your credit. You can really do this shit on your own. But obviously I have a team. If you guys want to don't want to learn how to do that shit, we can do it for you. But yeah, credit repair is like a bottom tier like program. Like you should have had your credit fixed
Right.
years ago.
Right.
Like we're on this other wave where like we're fucking getting hundreds of thousands to fucking invest into ourselves.
Man,
So
that's
What's the most you've ever got someone funded?
$250,000,
$250,000.
Nice. And what's the interest rate on something like that?
0%.
0%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of these credit dudes, they'll tell me, "Oh, I'll get you 100K," but it's 18% interest rate or something.
Oh no,
crazy
yeah.
like that.
Don't even do nothing like that.
I
But
would
like,
never do that
but I mean, I can fund.
unless I knew what I was going to do with the money exactly, and I was able to flip
Yeah.
it and make that bread back.
So what we do is we specialize in like no documentation business credit. So like
Yeah.
these credit cards are not going to ask you for tax returns, pay stubs, like none of that shit. Like I'm gonna just refer you to my banker. They're gonna get you 50K, 100K, but like I said $250,000 because like I can fund people like up to like $500,000, but like
Yeah.
when people get to like their first 100K, like they start getting scared.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, like what am I gonna do with all this money? Like, so
Yeah, before you get funding, make sure you got a plan.
facts. Yeah.
That way you don't just go fuck it off. Ladies, if you want to get your body done, hit this guy up. He's going to get your credit right so you can go,
No, and
get
that's,
that ass cheek.
that's another thing too. Like when I talk to like girls and shit, like I'll just show them like my phone. Like you can see right there, like I have all my credit cards. I'm like,
Yeah.
look, I can literally change your body with one of these credit cards. Like,
Is that your pickup line when you go out? Be like, look, your BBO's right here in this Chase Freedom card.
Man,
No,
listen,
facts.
what you're doing right now it's so many people that I just have in my mind right now who are just struggling, working hard every day, but they just can't get ahead because they just barely got enough money after they working so hard to pay their bills. And if they just had a little bit of extra money to get that building so they could move out their house, so they could get that next step, so they could fund some bigger orders, it would literally change their life overnight and change their business overnight.
no, facts. And I know you talked about this before where you said if you were going to restart all over again, like
Yeah.
you would get like a 50K card,
Yep.
then you would just use that to pay your bills
Oh,
and just focus on your
Listen,
personal shit.
Listen, building myself up, mind, body, and soul, working on myself, building the skills, I feel like it's way more important than me chasing the money without having those things intact. So I always say, if I could go back in time and knew what I knew now, I wouldn't have went and just chased the money and have going up, coming down, coming up, going down, because I didn't have these fundamentals down. I got $50,000 on a credit card, paid my bills for a year straight, and did personal development every day, working on a skill, learning on YouTube every day for a year. I would have been way farther in life by now.
Yeah, that way when you have those fundamental skills, you know how to keep the money.
Yeah, and you
That's
can
the
do
most
anything.
important part. Getting money is hard. Some people say it's easy, but it's not easy. And when you work so hard, you have to learn how to keep it. That's the true hard part right
Man,
there.
people are so busy trying to scheme to get that next dollar. They don't have the time to work on their business. They got to work in the business. And it's the skills and the things in the back end and these different understandings that you need to take the time to have that you don't have when you running your business and ain't got no money. So you got to keep on going. So getting that funding just to get a little break, just to be able to relax and work on your business instead of in your business, I feel like that's important right there.
No, yeah, you just sleep better at night knowing
Yeah.
you have
Hell
like
yeah.
50,000, 100K in available credit. Like bro, like me, I can never go broke. To be honest, like I can never, like it's impossible.
He said he can never go broke. It's impossible.
Yeah.
What's that feel like waking up every day?
like to be honest, like sometimes I take it for granted sometimes, but then I remind myself.
You
like,
ever get
damn, like,
lazy? You're like, fuck, I got all these credit cards. I don't really got to do shit today.
no, fuck no. Because I made that mistake. I know you talked about this too, where like, you know, you're making some money, like 20, 30K a month consistently. And you're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I can just chill now and just fucking go fuck some hoes and shit or whatever. But then, but then like that shit just starts slowing down,
Oh,
you know?
that's it every time. Every time.
You know, so like I remind myself of that all the time. So like now, like so when I have like a 50K month, I go even harder, you know,
Yeah.
I go even harder. Like,
That's where the personal development comes into play. So that way you're not go up, down, up, down.
no, yeah, because like whatever business you're doing right now, that shit's not gonna last forever. Like
Yeah.
whatever shit you're doing right now, that shit has its time. You
Yeah.
know, like when it's gonna end. So like you just want to like milk the fuck out of whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
fucking but keep the money too. Like keep the money because that's the hardest part, bro. Because a lot of people they get the money, they blow that shit, and then the play ain't working no more.
Hey,
you know?
listen, and you know, I think that's everybody's story on the way up. You get
Yeah.
the money, you blow the money, you get the money, you blow the money, and then you finally get the lesson, and you like, all right, when I get the money this time, I'm gonna keep it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's been my lesson for sure.
I think that's everybody's story.
So, you know, you're getting money now, you're feeling good, you got the penthouse, you got the whips, you got the watches. What's your love life like? Is it hard?
So I mean, I have like multiple serious relationships.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, like I don't hide my cheating. Like I post all my girls on my Instagram.
Hey,
It's not
but it's not
cheating.
cheating then.
No, yeah, it's not cheating and stuff. But I mean, I want to say like these girls are loyal, but I mean, who knows what the fuck they're doing? Like,
Real player. He get the game.
no, yeah. I tell these girls like, look, I don't give a fuck what you do, but like the right girl for me is gonna show me that she's for me. But like, I mean, I'm gonna still do what I want, bro. Like I'm in Brickell, Miami. I just got the penthouse and shit. Like,
Yeah,
Feeling
what's the point of having all of the money and working this hard if you can't do what you want when you want, how you want? What the point of getting money is to be free. So it's like, why come to Miami to be able to say, oh no, I'm gonna just do one thing with one woman?
you know, and
Have her put the handcuffs on you.
Yeah.
and I did left like a lot of girls like back in Cali.
Yeah.
And they're just like watching me. They're like, oh shit, like they see me with the girls out there fucking blowing on my phone and shit. Like I'm like, you know.
Well, let's talk about that. How important was it for you to move from California to Miami where everything's
Oh,
happening?
bro, it's crazy because like I felt like in California, like I reached like my cap, right? I was like the only person making like 25, 30K a month.
Yeah.
Just chilling in my big suburban home and shit. And then I just felt comfortable. I felt comfortable. But then like once I moved to Miami, you know, you talk about this too. Like I started getting my stomach anxiety back.
Yeah.
You know, so once I moved to Miami again, I'm like, oh shit, like the pressure is on.
You got to
Like,
get to it out here.
yeah, the pressure is on.
Hey,
like
growing pains. See, some people run from it. I know that's an indication I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. When I don't feel that, I know something bad is going to happen because I'm coasting.
yeah,
I
no,
was the same way. I was in California, you know, had a Rolls Royce, you know, where I was from. I'm like, man, somebody probably killed me, you know, type,
Yeah.
because it was like the best car. But I was like, I don't want to be where I got the best car. Come out here, bring my Rolls Royce. People hardly look twice at it, until I wrapped the gold. But
Yeah, you
know,
have that thing
But
going.
but people hardly look twice at it because you see them all the time. I'm like, this is where I need to be because it's stretching me. It's something new. You know, it's not for sure, and that's where the growth is. Changed my life coming to Miami.
No, for real. You know, when I first got here, like I'm spending all this money, moving in and all this shit. Like, you know, the stress came back into my life. But
Yeah.
but it's a good thing though. Like I was trying to avoid like being comfortable back at home.
Yeah.
So here in Miami, bro, is like go time every time. Like there's no time for chilling. There's no time to be on TikTok. Like sometimes. Like I'll be lucky if I can just chill at the crib and just be on TikTok, you know, like
Man, and that's
Is that what you like to do in your spare time? Watch TikTok?
no, like if I have the time, yeah, I'll just be like, shit, finally I can watch some TikTok, you know.
Hey, but it seemed like your growth since you moved here has been exponential.
Oh, bro, like
It's the Miami effect. The Miami effect is real. You move to Miami, you get better friends, you make more money, you get more healthy because everyone's fit here. Are you in the gym yet?
yeah. So yeah, I'm in the gym, but that's the thing. Like people back at home, like they're starting. I mean, they thought it was real when I got my cars and the jewelry. Like I went to the Ice Champ in Dallas, Texas, like probably one of the best jewelers out there.
Yeah.
So I got my jewelry, and then I was like in Vegas. People were seeing the level up, but they didn't see that I was locked in for 2 years, like fucking doubting myself, fucking sleepless nights.
They don't
like,
see that part.
The fucking
Nope.
L's, all that shit.
I
you
tell
know?
them all the time, like I've gotten to a point where living with anxiety in my stomach has become normal. Where, you know, and it was periods of time when I was living in Vegas where I lived with anxiety in my stomach every single day, and it just became normal. But I leveled up to most in those times when it was pressure every day.
No, facts. And then the people back at home, they see me in the fucking penthouse in Miami in Brickell.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like the only Mexican in fucking Brickell with the penthouse.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm serious. Like,
Yeah, there's no Mexicans out here in Miami.
no, yeah. So, but I'm pretty sure the people back at home, they're like, nah, fuck that. What are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to leave your hometown. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to level the fuck up. Like, you're supposed to stay here with us. you
Man,
know,
I'm
like-
trying to tell you, I feel like
Crabs in a bucket.
staying in your hometown is a curse. Even it, like, they don't understand, like, when you're in the same place with the same people, when you're trying to be somebody different, it's very hard because you're going to get around people who are going to try to treat you the same. It's already hard enough to change your habits and be somebody different just by yourself. Now you got the drag of your friends and your family. All of my family was looking at me crazy when I was doing all of this, stuff. My mom was like this, that, and the third. But if I'd have been next to her, all of that would have pulled on me so much I had to get away. And if I didn't get away, I wouldn't be where I am now. Now they're proud. Now I'm giving my mom this money, that money, and, you know, so I feel like everybody listening to this, move out your hometown right now.
Could you imagine if we were still stuck in Sacramento?
Oh my God. It would have been one of those things like I see most people living, quiet life of desperation, and you fucking with that regular ass bitch that's the best you can get, or your baby mama just because she the best in your city, but she's a 10 there, but she's a 5 here. You know, it's just
Because me and you and Sac, we were like the biggest people in Sacramento.
It's depressing thinking about if I'd have stayed there.
It was crazy. I had 7 million followers running around Sacramento, and people just treat me like a king out there. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. I was like, how am I the biggest in the city? Does no one want more than this?
And it makes you comfortable. It makes you comfortable because you think
Yeah.
you're something that you're not. And you see it when people come out here. They think they somebody, and they come to Miami, and then they realize, damn, I'm
yeah,
not nobody.
You get humbled.
Bro,
Yeah,
I got
But
humbled real quick.
But I love that because for
No,
me,
facts.
it's inspiring. I'm like that. That's why I love going to Dubai and places like that and getting around 100 millionaires. It's inspiring. It's like that's what I need. That's why I say proximity. You the average some of the 5 people you hang around most. I need to be around people way bigger than me because it's gonna pull me up.
Oh, 1,000%. You are who you surround yourself with. It was like when I was living in Scottsdale, I was looking, bro, I got treated like a king in Scottsdale. Every day I go out, oh, it's Kels, whoop, whoop, taking pictures with people. Bro, I was signing autographs. I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, I hosted a meetup. I was like, no one's going to show up to this. I had 300 people show up to a meetup for me and my son just to come meet my son.
Damn.
Out here, if I did that, I'm gonna have 3 people show up to this bitch. But I only been here for 3 months. I need to get back. Like, I feel like every city that I go to, I take that shit over.
Man, hey, listen,
time.
that's why, man, me too. When I moved from Sac to Vegas, same way.
Took that bitch
Atlanta,
over.
Listen,
Yep.
it's just I'm on the grind up right now. That's why I force myself into uncomfortable situations. I'll get things before I could afford it because it forces my back against the wall. I don't know how it is for you or you, Kels, or anybody out there, but for me, I don't work unless I have to. I am a lazy person. If my back is not against the wall in some way, shape, or form, I'm gonna kick my feet up and chill. So I know that about myself, and so I put myself in position to put my back against the wall.
No, facts. And the way you do that is by like probably buying more expensive shit.
Yep.
The
Go get the
cars,
rollie, go get the-
get
yeah.
the fucking
But listen,
penthouse,
once
you, know?
you buy
that
some
fire
shit,
underneath your
listen,
ass.
you know what's scary about buying a Rolls Royce? You can't never not have a Rolls Royce.
No. Fuck no.
And that's why I feel like a lot of people don't do it. But guess what? It's like no matter how much something was, it might have been something like I can't believe ever spending $20,000 a month on rent. But once you do it, that becomes a standard, and then it's easy to do. But you got to force yourself to it before you're ready.
That's the law of exposure.
Yeah,
Once you've been exposed, you can't go back.
Yeah, your level up is never within your budget, and it never comes at the right time. And that's why most people don't do it. They waiting for the perfect time or when it's in your budget. Your level up is not. If it was a level up, it wouldn't be in your budget. So you got to know it's what you can't afford. It's what's uncomfortable to do. That's what a level up is going to be.
I got a story. So me and my ex, we were, I just got off house arrest, and we were paying $3,000 a month. We went from paying $1,500 a month to $3,000 a month. She's like, that's $3,000. That's a lot. I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, let's get to it. You know, we're going to be good. We'll make the money. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at other spots in Sacramento for $5,000. Like in my head, I was like, $5,000. Like, this is a lot of money. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull the trigger. I had the nicest crib. It's on the lake in Folsom Lake, overlooking pool, 4,000 square foot crib, fat as fuck. She's like, I don't want to do it. It's $5,000. Like, I don't think we could do it. I'm like, get rid of that fucking mindset. We're going to do it. And then boom, we made $5,000. Like, I put myself in that situation, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna have no choice.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna
Back
push
against the
you.
wall.
It's gonna push you and pull you to get so uncomfortable
Yeah.
that you're gonna have no choice to level up and find that. You're gonna find the money if you put your mind to it. The universe, and you got a plan. The universe is gonna bend for you, and you're gonna get the money.
I seen a dude say this. He was like, man, if I put a gun to your head and said, I need $100,000, or I put guns to your mom's head and said, I need $100,000 by the end of the day, you'll find a way. So you're
You'll
just not
find a way.
motivated enough. So I put the own gun in my own head with certain situations like that.
No,
Yep,
that's just real,
exactly.
bro. Like manifestation is real, bro. Because like
Facts.
everything that I thought, like, because I had a vision of myself of how I wanted to be. You know,
Yeah.
within 2 years, I managed to pull that off. You know, like I did all this shit, fucking traveled around the world. I got the jewelry, the houses, the cars, like, and I envision myself being here at this podcast, believe it or not. Like, I've been
Nah, I
watching
believe
your
it.
shit for like long ass time.
Man,
and, you know,
that-
here on today,
That's
like,
real. I
that
was
shit's
just reading a
crazy.
book last night. You know who Rob Dyrdek is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know he's big on manifestation. He has a hypnotist. He has a book, and he talks about, in the book, it's called Hyper Performer. He talks about visualization. All of the top athletes, all of the top actors, they use a process of putting themselves in the alpha state and visualizing. And they say that when they do studies where people who are visualizing something versus the people who are actually taking the shots, it's the people who visualize making the shots make more shots than the people who are practicing every day. So that shit is really real. What you thinking about every day?
Have you heard of his podcast?
Rob Dyrdek?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
He does 30-minute sessions like every day, and you get the most game from that. His shit is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's so smart, bro, to see he went from robbing big to where he's at now. He's gonna be a billionaire.
Yeah, I seen that. You know, he attributed this a lot to manifestation. He has every day he has like a pod where he visualizes like 15
Exactly.
minutes every day. That shit is real.
I'm gonna go buy that book right after this.
Yeah, I got it. It's called Hyper Performer. You got to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also need some solid friends too. You know, like me and my friends, like we always have like a friendly
Man.
competition. You know, like so my friends like they cop a new whip. Like he just got the G-Wagon, so like okay, now I got to get the fucking Lambo.
Hey, man,
like, you know, shit like
your
that,
circle
you know?
to help keep pushing you, man. I'm with Boniface last night. He like, man, we got to do 10 million this year. You know, when I'm out in Dubai with my guy Sam, he'll be like, hey, Goldie, I really think you need to lock in. I think 20 million this year. Like when you have friends like that who are doing numbers on that level and they make it feel so possible, man, those are the type of people you need to be around. Not the people when you're trying to do something, they be like, no, you shouldn't buy that. Why you buying that? You know, you know what I'm saying? It's a difference, and that will make or break your life.
It
Yeah,
will,
facts.
yeah. And having the right woman.
Oh man, that's huge. That's huge. Even that situation with your girl when you like she's saying she don't want to do it. I want a woman to believe in us and say, let's do it. We'll figure it out. That's a different type of mindset. Because if you got any doubt and a woman is pulling at that doubt, you might fold. That's why I'd rather have no woman around me than a wrong woman around me.
Exactly. All right, brother. So where can everyone find you at?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Tony Stacking Chips. The way I got that name was, you know, through my poker background. 'Cause
Yeah.
my Instagram
Yeah.
used to be nothing but fucking stacks of poker chips, you know. But find me at Tony Stacking Chips. You can follow me on Instagram. Same thing with YouTube. But yeah.
So tell them about your programs again, just so they know where to find you and what they're gonna get in that program.
Yeah, so right now we do have an inner circle program where like we basically fix your credit, we build your credit, we get you funded, and we actually build you an online credit business so you can do the same services for other people and like change their lives. And you know, I'll teach you the whole personal brand, how to make money online, like your first 10K a month. It's really doable.
Can you give them, so if they comment like Gold Gods in your DM, give them like a little discount or something. Nothing crazy, but just so you know they came from us.
No, yeah, just you know, yeah, drop Gold God in my comments or let me know that you came from these guys, and you know, I'm gonna hook you guys up.
Perfect.
Man,
Appreciate
listen. Soon as we get off this, I got a couple people. Should I send them through the same funnel, or can I send them your contact directly?
Yeah, you can send them my contact. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Perfect. Goldie, where do they find you at?
Young Goldie _ on Instagram, Gangbao Goldie on YouTube. You know what it is.
Perfect. And guys, if you want to learn from high performers like Goldie and myself and Anthony, make sure you guys go click that link on our bio. The bi-weekly calls, we have all the courses. We're probably going to be working with Anthony and be able to help you guys fix your credit too. So we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Game Gods podcast. Peace.
Yeah.